Okay, so we're gonna start on our creamy vinaigrette. It's gonna go over our goat cheese ball salad that's gonna be so delicious. And the first thing that we need is we're gonna get our olive oil. And I'm gonna use my food processor. It's pretty easy when you do things in a food processor. It takes all the hard labor out of it, which I always like. So we're actually gonna do a 1/3 cup of olive oil. And we're also gonna do a 1/3 cup of a champagne vinaigrette. Then we're actually gonna put in 1 clove of minced garlic, 4 tablespoons sugar. I'm gonna put in a 1/4 cup of fresh oregano out of my garden, 2/3 cup of sour cream. And then I've got 1/4 teaspoon of mustard. And I like to use the spicy mustard or the Dijon mustard is a great option. And then finally, we're gonna have some lemons. Got this out of my garden. Juice from half the lemon. And then the trick is to squeeze it over your hand so you catch all the seeds. Except I think I lost one. So we're gonna put the lid back onto the food processor, make sure it's nice and firm, otherwise it's not gonna go. And we're just gonna pulse this a little bit. Okay, so then what I have is a funnel with my little salad dressing server here. And I'm just gonna put the salad dressing through the funnel to get into my salad dressing server. See, nobody sees this gigantic mess. They just see this beautiful little salad dressing server here with my delicious salad dressing. So that's perfect. So what we're gonna make next is stuffed goat cheese balls. They're actually fried goat cheese, and inside is cranberries and toasted pecans. And we're gonna put that on a bed of spring mix lettuce with a creamy vinaigrette. Now, my inspiration for this was that I love all the little things on top of salad, and so I thought, why not take all the little things that are on top of a salad and put them inside a ball of fried goat cheese so that when you bite into the goat cheese ball, you get the perfect bite every single time. So this was a little wild of an idea, but I thought I'd try it and it turned out amazing. So what we're gonna need is we're gonna need 11 ounces of goat cheese, and we're gonna put this right into our food processor, okay? So we'll start there. There you go, goat cheese, get in there. Okay. Then we're gonna put in a 1/4 cup of cranberries. These happen to be organic cranberries. I try to buy organic whenever I have the opportunity to do so. So these are organic, and actually they taste a lot better than normal dried cranberries, so it's worth it. Throw that in there. Did I lose one? Oh, I'll eat that. And then I have a 1/4 cup of toasted pecans, and they're chopped. Okay? So I'm gonna put the lid back on the food processor. I'm just gonna pulse this until it's nicely combined. It doesn't have to be overdone. We don't wanna turn it into like a pate. We still wanna have some chunks of cranberries and toasted pecans, but we're gonna get it all mixed together here. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do is we're actually gonna crack an egg, and this is going to be the batter that's gonna line the outside of our goat cheese. We're gonna make them into little balls and coat them in breadcrumbs and in an egg wash, okay? So just go ahead and mix around that egg really well. So then we're gonna take our mixture and we're just gonna take about a tablespoon. We just wanna make these nice ball sizes, about like this. We're gonna put it in the egg wash. I just do this with my fingers. Make sure your hands are clean, obviously. And then we're gonna dip it into our breadcrumbs. We're just gonna move that around a little bit. And then I like to just roll them into a ball in my hand, just like this. Now, a huge thing about these particular goat cheese balls is that you really need to tell your guests that it has nuts in them. You don't have to do them with nuts, but just make sure that they know that inside this ball of cheese is pecans in case there's a nut allergy. What I love about this is that you actually can do a lot of things with this cheese mixture. You don't have to fry it. You could actually use this as like a spread on a cracker for like an appetizer. You could fry them and just stick a toothpick in them as an appetizer. It doesn't have to be on top of a bed of lettuce, you know, or a salad. Now that we're done with our goat cheese balls, we're gonna put them in the refrigerator for at least 15 minutes. We wanna make sure that it's nice and chilled before we fry it. Voila! And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put them in about 2 inches high of hot oil frying oil. And we're just gonna fry them in there really just for a few seconds. You gotta keep your eye on it because they will fry really quickly, trust me. So don't put them in there or walk away, okay? We're just gonna put them in a couple at a time. It's usually around 300 degrees that you want to have your oil at if you've got a thermometer. We want just a nice golden brown like we've got here, perfect. Okay, so I've cleared the area, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put the goat cheese balls stuffed with cranberry and toasted pecans on top of our bed of lettuce here. So we've got a really beautiful spring mix. We have our delightful creamy vinaigrette that we made. So we're just gonna put the goat cheese right on top of here, and then we're just gonna shake up our creamy vinaigrette. We're gonna pour it on top. Very, very beautiful. I love the presentation, and I love it that everything is inside the goat cheese ball. It's very concise, and I love that. Next is our chocolate mousse pie with lavender icing. All right, let's do that.